Let me just record a quick little video right here. So yeah, please ignore my beard, my hair, and my face looks like an animal. I don't know, but let's go. So the problem with us humans is that we tend to think in totality, right? Imagine you're texting a girl, so you either think that you deeply care about her soul, or are you genuinely interested in her, you deeply care about her, you want to get to know her as a person, or you'll think that you're a manipulative validation addict. We people think in extremes, right? We do not realize that we actually have an operating spectrum, right? We may fall in the middle. Sometimes you might want both the validation and maybe even genuinely want to talk to someone. We think that either we could have a pure incentive or we might be malicious, right? Like let's say you're giving a college speech. So you might think that either you're performing purely for validation or you might think that you're genuinely enjoying the art of talking. So people actually think in buckets, right? Either you fall in this box or you fall in that box. So humans rarely behave in totality. I'll give you an example from my classroom. So what happened in my classroom was I was giving wrong answers. I gave like three wrong answers, and then I immediately had an ego hit from it. I felt like, oh my God, I'm looking like an idiot. So I decided to correct it. So I started gambling in a sense that I kept giving wrong answers in an attempt to rescue the reputation I felt I destroyed by giving those earlier three wrong answers. So what happened is I kept giving wrong answers without even being sure, just because I thought if I give another few right answers, I would finally recover my validation to that I lost, recover my reputation that I lost by giving those wrong answers. So that's how things actually work. Someone might say that, oh, I was just brave. Oh, I just wasn't afraid of giving the wrong answer. Oh, I was confident. Oh, I was actually being very, very fearless in that moment. I was giving the answers. I didn't fear being wrong. I was just being confident, right? Someone would justify it by that, but the actual behavior underneath that was the fact that I wanted validation. Now, does that mean that I'm evil or I just crave validation? I don't care about studying. I don't care about giving the right answer. I'm just there to bluff my ego. Of course not. Sometimes I genuinely didn't know the right answer. Sometimes I genuinely thought that what I'm saying should be right. What I'm saying, I feel like this is the right answer. I know what I'm talking about, but it's apparently wrong. Not all the answers were for validation. So, what I'm trying to explain is that there is a spectrum, right? We humans rarely fall on the extremes, right? You might genuinely enjoy talking to someone, yet like the validation that they give you. That does not make you malicious. You cannot either be malicious or be pure incentive wise. And a lot of people perform some morally questionable or execute some morally questionable behaviors, like doing some activities purely for validation, purely to purely to validate their egos, but they still could be good as a human being, as an individual, even while behaving in a way that is not obviously morally perfectly virtuous, right? So people behave in spectrums. That's the entire point of this video. You are not always gonna fall either in this end or in that end. You may very well fall in the middle. So it's actually not wise to actually classify yourself as evil or completely virtuous, because people live their lives remaining in that spectrum. They'll contradict themselves in a lot of situations. They'll be hypocritical in a lot of situations, and in a lot of situations, they'll actually be coherent. People actually do contradict themselves. Even the people you might look up to, even the people who you might idolize, they have been in positions where they have said something but couldn't fully like say something after that that contradicts that.